Another major departure from President Trump's team. Top economic advisor Gary Cohn is resigning, the sixth top official this year. We've never seen staff turnover like this so early in a presidency. Triple President Obama's, double President Reagan's. Our senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega has the latest. And Cecilia, this announcement is already rattling financial markets.
It certainly is, George, and as you say, more turnover in this White House than any other administration in recent history. But look, President Trump says he likes the conflict. He likes to watch two sides fight it out. That's how he makes his decisions. In this case, Gary Cohn fought it out, he lost, and now he's out. This morning, another top aide in the Trump administration out. Chief Economic Advisor Gary Cohn resigning, the circle of West Wing loyalists shrinking by the day. The news came just hours after President Trump declared his White House chaos-free.
I read where, oh, gee, maybe people don't want to work for Trump, but believe me, everybody wants to work in the White House. They all want a piece of that Oval Office. They want a piece of the West Wing.
The president insists there is no turmoil.
I like conflict. I like having two people with different points of view, and I certainly have that. And then I make a decision.
In a statement, President Trump called Cohn a rare talent, saying he did a superb job in driving our agenda, helping to deliver historic tax cuts and reforms, and unleashing the American economy once again. Cohn returning the niceties, saying it has been an honor to serve my country and enact pro-growth economic policies to benefit the American people, in particular the passage of historic tax reform. But behind the scenes, the two men clashed. Cohn strongly opposed the president's plan to slap tariffs on steel and aluminum imports, the president saying trade wars are a good thing. Cohn adamantly disagreed. And he nearly resigned last summer, outraged by the president's response to the violent clashes involving white nationalists in Charlottesville.
I think there's blame on both sides. You had some very bad people in that group, but you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Cohn is now the sixth high-profile White House aide to resign this year. And the president hinted there are more departures to come.
Yeah, there'll be people, I'm not going to be specific, but there'll be people that change. They always change.
Now, the president refused to answer when directly asked if his Attorney General Jeff Sessions might be the next to go. The White House says that Gary Cohn will stay on the job for another few weeks. George, the president tweeted, this is a job that many people want.
Many people want. He says he's going to make a wise choice, and the market's watching that as well, Cecilia.
Yeah, they certainly are, especially all eyes here at home to see how Wall Street plays out today with Cohn gone. He was a former Wall Street executive, very much viewed as a stabilizing force here in the West Wing. But let's talk about some possible replacements, names that are being kicked around. Director of White House National Trade Council Peter Navarro, a Democrat, and Larry Kudlow, a conservative commentator and Trump campaign advisor. They both have competing views on trade, George.
And very different from Gary Cohn as well. Meantime, Cecilia, you had those primary elections in Texas last night, saw a surge in Democratic turnout. Any response from the White House?
So far, no, but I imagine we might hear something given that President Trump's all of the candidates in Republican primaries that he picked won their primaries to avoid a runoff, George.
Okay, Cecilia Vega, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.